Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm just gonna give you a brief history about our experience when my daughter had tonsillectomy and adenoidectomy. As you can see, I kind of look a little bit stressed from the whole experience. It was not funny. It was not a funny experience. I'm just gonna give you a brief history of how it happened, and and what we did to. Well, she was after the surgery and everything. So we noticed that she was snoring a lot. Like when she sleeps, she would start snoring, and it was not like that before. And she was snoring like really loudly. Um, that if she was upstairs, you could probably hear downstairs, like it was that loud. And so and then when she's breathing, her chest, goes up and down. And it was just very concerning. So we took her to the doctor that referred us to the ENT, ear, nose, and throat specialist, and they did an x-ray, saw that she had swollen tonsils, and then her adenoids too were kind of swollen and all of that. So we were referred to children's hospital. So we went to the children's hospital. They booked us a surgery date. My husband and I were a little bit scared because it's never happened to us before. I've never had to do a surgery. My husband has never done a surgery in his life. My daughter has never had a surgery in her life. And she's just 4. She's just 4 years old. So it was really concerning for us, but it was just something that we had to do because we know that, once they're done the surgery, she's going to be able to breathe better, sleep better. And then sometimes when she wakes up, even before the surgery, she'll say, "Mommy, I'm having a headache," or she's just tired. So because she wasn't getting enough oxygen, like when she sleeps and all of that, because it has a way of blocking your airways. So we did the surgery. And so the first couple of days after the surgery was very, very rough. I must confess to you, I must tell you the truth. It was very rough. I'm not trying to scare you, but it's something that you really have to consider. You really have to think about it, you and your spouse. Is it it's just something that you have to be prepared for as a parent, because I had to take 2 weeks off work. I had to take 2 weeks of parental leave to be able to take care of her, because recovery was about 2 weeks. So a couple of days after the surgery, like I said, was really rough. She was always crying, always holding her throat, was always holding her neck, always holding her ears, and crying. And she was in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Like nobody, parents wants to see their child, particularly their 4-year-old child, go through that much pain. Like she'll be in so much pain that she could literally dig her nails into your skin. Like that was how much pain, you know and they prescribed Advil and Tylenol, and we started using Advil and Tylenol. But and then they gave us a dose, right? Advil is, I think, after every 6 hours. Tylenol is after every 8 hours or so. But we noticed that the pain was always there. Like the pain was always there, even before it wears out. Like the Tylenol wears out really fast, even before the medicine starts to kill. Wears out really fast before the 8 hours lapses, and then that we're supposed to give her the next dose. The Advil wears out really fast, and then she's already in pain even before the next dose is due. Do you get? So we had to call the doctor and said, this girl is in so much pain, and we before the next dose is due, she's always in a lot of pain. What can we do? And they said, okay, you might have to increase the dose, but it's always best to check with your doctor. It's always best to talk to your doctor, ask your doctor, and they can always tell you what to do. But what we did that period was we ensure that she was taking a lot of popsicles. She was taking a lot of popsicles. She wasn't really able to eat anything. Even At some point, even the medication, she wasn't able to take her Tylenol and Advil. Like she could literally say, she was literally saying that it was hurting her throat that she was taking the medicine. So she didn't even want to take medicine. She didn't want to drink water. She didn't want anything in her mouth. But we just had to persuade her, had to beg her, just tell her that, this is going to be good for you. This is going to help you. It's going to help you heal faster. And what they want is for them to be able to eat, at least swallow and drink water. Drink a lot of water. That is going to really help the healing process, because you don't want a dry mouth, because when their mouth is dry, then it is a possibility for bleeding and all of that. So even intermittently, in the middle of the night, I wake up, I give her water. We have always constantly have a bottle of water in the room. Intermittently just keep giving her water. Just ensure that her mouth is not dry. Like fluid goes into her throat. And it's a very, very painful process, because they have to like scrape out the growth, the swelling in your mouth, and then it's just a whole lot. But I mean, I'm grateful to God that we were able to scale through a lot of popsicles. I was giving her soups. I tried to make this broccoli soup, so I made a soup that I added celery, added carrots, added my chicken into the soup, added some broccoli, added some potato. I boiled it, mashed it. Um, I'm sorry, blended it till it was fine, to like paste form. So that way she's getting a little bit of nutrients in her body. She's getting protein, she's getting her fiber, she's getting, some nutrients in. And then I made it in a form of soup. Please don't add any spice to it. Don't. The mistake I made was I added a little bit of black pepper, but she didn't even take it at all. It burnt. So I had to make another batch of soup with no spice at all. So please, please, please be really easy on salt. Be really easy on. Don't even add any don't even add any kind of spice. Just make the soup and give her the soup. She was taking a little bit of soup. She was taking a little bit of beverage at some points, but just lots of water, lots of popsicle, lot of water, lots of popsicles, lot of ice, just cool down the throat, like the area where the surgery was done. So we did that for a couple of times, particularly when it really got to the peak was the period when the scabs were going to fall off, like the scabs from of the surgery. That period for like 2 days, going into like the after 1 week of the surgery, for like the second week, like 2 days, she could not eat anything, nothing. That was a period when the scabs, I knew that the scabs were going to fall off, and it was going to be extra painful. So it's like a process of pain, and then it will subside a little bit, and then another phase of pain, and before it then starts to subside. So that's the journey of for the tonsillectomy and adenoidectomy. And eventually she was fine, she was getting well, she was getting better, she could eat better, and she doesn't snore anymore. Like, that's the amazing part. Like, she doesn't snore anymore. Like, my daughter could sleep and she's so quiet when she sleeps. I'm like, oh my God. Like, sometimes you literally have to go and put your head on her chest and like, are you breathing? Like, she doesn't snore anymore. So that's the good thing about the surgery, and then she's breathing well, she's sleeping well, she's well rested, she doesn't complain about headaches again when she wakes up. She's a happy child, happier child, I would say. So please, it's a very stressful 2 weeks. I must tell you that. I must really sincerely tell you. On a normal day, I would have had my makeup on, look good, but when you're taking care of a sick child, you're not even thinking about that. But please, parents, just be ready. My husband was always there. He was very supportive. I have a very, very, very supportive husband who was there with me, there with us, always supporting her. In the middle of the night, she doesn't really sleep. We're up, in the middle of the night. We're just trying to get sleep. Sleep like during the day intermittently when she gets to sleep during the day, but just just go through the phases. I'm not saying that it's going to be a smooth one, a smooth ride, but as long as the child is taking a lot of popsicle, they're taking their medications regularly, they're taking a lot of fluid, the child is going to be fine. But if you notice, like in the couple of a few days after the surgery, like the second day after the surgery, and the child coughs out blood, it's still a little, as long as it's not pure or red or reddish, if it's just a streak of blood here and there, it might not be too concerning, just a day after the surgery. But a couple of days after the surgery and the child is still coughing out blood and it's just pure red blood, then you have to go to your doctor. Like, you have to call the emergency, go to emergency right away, So, I just wanted to share our experience. I just wanted to share my story and see who it's gonna help, because for me, it was a lonely road, because I didn't know anybody that had gone through that experience. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos to hear other people's experiences and how other people felt about it. It's so somebody might be able to learn from this experience. It's gonna be fine. Your child is gonna be okay. Your child is gonna be fine. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be bumpy, but at the end, it's gonna be a smooth sail in the end, and you're gonna be happy that you made that decision for your child. Eventually, when you see that your child is breathing well, your child is sleeping well. But if you have any concerns at all, please reach out to your doctor, reach out to emergency, and they'll be more than happy to help you. Like I said, we had to reach out to our doctor at some point, in the first couple of days when the pain was so much, and they increased the dose of the Advil. So whatever it is, they understand it's a surgery. It's not, this is a surgery. It's a scar, it's a scar in the mouth, in the throat that you can't even see. So yeah, so to all moms, to all dads, take care. I hope your child recovers soon. Hope your child gets better. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Don't worry, I'll upload more, and then you see my my beautiful face, not this face where I'm getting to just recovering from something. All right, thank you so much. Take care. Have a good day. Ciao.